Ready, breaky, BC. What? Hey everybody, this is Michael Sparks. Welcome to the first Sparklepony Roundup of 2014. Came back a week later than most shows, mostly because we redid our whole site format over at raidanthem.net, which I'm going to plug shamelessly again. It's the new home of this site. It's also now the home of some news/comedy articles, some listicles. Hopefully you people will enjoy that and check it out. Now that we're past the plug, Blizzard just announced today that they are actually going to start selling level 90s. That's the big breaking news, like, as of tonight. And honestly, we all kind of saw this coming. I think everybody's been discussing it for the past, like, 2 weeks. It's been, like, the hot button, like, is this bad? Is this good? I think it's fine. I mean, we've already been told that everybody's going to be put into a little Death Knight style scenario to get them familiar with their new class. And that worked fairly well in Wrath for the people that actually paid attention. There's no accommodating for those that don't, but honestly those that don't aren't going to learn their class in 1 to 90 anyway. So really there's no impact to the actual game there other than we have more people in the end game. It might actually even save LFR towards the end of the expansion when most people get sick to death of it. I think that's actually going to be very productive for them to roll that out sooner. The other thing that we learned is that Warlords Beta is coming very soon. A lot of people are estimating right now that the beta should be hitting within the next 2 to 4 weeks. We don't have any confirmation on that yet. The press release today does indicate that it will probably be pretty soon. But if those predictions are indeed correct and we have beta by February, I'm going to go ahead and predict that Warlords of Draenor will be officially, as a package deal, completed expansion launched about mid-August to early September, just like we saw with Mists of Pandaria. It's kind of been a pattern with Blizzard that they usually have something out about that time of the year. And we know it's clearly not going to be Reaper of Souls, because Reaper of Souls is coming out much sooner. Just face it, the Diablo 3 community needs it in order to survive. D3's pretty much dropped off the map as far as gaming has gone. So hopefully that will salvage that game, but this is a Warcraft show, so I'm not going to get too much into that tangent. I'm expecting just as long of a beta for Warlords as we saw with Mists. It may be shaved a little lighter just because there's going to be less potential balancing due to the fact that they're not overhauling the talent system again. However, with the removal of all the button bloat abilities, there's still going to be a lot of class balancing to do, because certain classes are going to lose things, other classes may end up gaining things as a result of that. Abilities are going to be modified to reflect the lost and gained buffs, the lost and gained interrupts, the lost and gained stuns, all those things that they're going to be moving around. Certain abilities are going to go away, certain abilities are going to become more useful, certain abilities are going to become less useful, certain abilities that become less useful may then end up being shaved out of the game completely. And am I talking like the Micro Machines man yet? Because I feel like I am. Let's go on to the next piece of news. Actually, no, let's go back to the original piece of news, because the big debate with the selling of level 90s, not just the free 90 that you're going to get for Warlords, is what should they charge? You know, some people are thinking it's going to be like $20. Other people are estimating that it's going to be more up there. I'm thinking about $30 to $35. Because they're going to want to make it less expensive than the Battle Chest combined with the new expansion. The new expansion is probably going to be about $40. The Battle Chest is about $20, so that's about $60. I also think they're going to want to make it less than the cost of a server transfer and a faction transfer, because that combined price of about $50 is going to end up... People that are buying the 90 are going to feel like they're getting a better deal than just if they could just transfer that character and level it, like the 5 or 10 levels that they need to level it. So that's the basis of commerce, is make them feel like they're getting the better deal, even if it's for service. Excuse me. Whew. Need to go eat something after this. Anyway, the basic idea behind offering a service like this, even if it's one that, as a digital company, which Blizzard is, I mean, their products, they cost money for the developers to make, but once they've made it, they can shell it out for nothing, honestly, if they feel like it. They could just give us all free 90s like they're doing with the Warlords upgrade, and they could just make that an option, period, if they felt like it. But it's too much of a cash cow for them not to. I feel like I'm talking in a little bit of a circle here, but bear with me because this is kind of explaining my logic on the price point. So, if they make the cost too much, people are just going to transfer their existing characters regardless of the faction balance or not. That's not the word I'm looking for. They're going to transfer their characters regardless of the price to transfer faction and server, and just level the few levels they need to go because it's cheaper. Obviously, they're going to want to make it less than the cost of the battle chest and box and new expansion box, which I already stated. So there's going to be two ways I see that going. Either they're going to make the actual level 90 service a $35 to $40 price point, so it's significantly less than doing the transfer method, or we may see the transfer prices go down. Those may end up getting scaled accordingly with the level 90 service. So we may see the transfer services go down from, I think it's like $55 right now to transfer from Alliance on one server to Horde on another, or vice versa. We may end up seeing that get scaled down to like maybe $45, $40, because who's going to want to use the transfer service when they can just buy a new character? And then we could end up seeing the new character price be $30 or so, maybe $25. I think it's definitely somewhere from $30 to $40. I can't say for sure until I see what Blizzard actually does regarding counter prices. I think that's the term I'm looking for. Economics was not my specialty in school. And honestly, $35 for a new 90 on a new server that I've never played on before, I would probably be able to justify that. I think I could talk myself into doing that if I really wanted to go play Alliance Toon on, like, Storm Rage. Storm Rage is full, but you get what I'm saying. Back to the Warlords release date. There's a big debate about that. Should they nerf it? Should they nerf the content and let everybody get their normal mode Garrosh kill before the expansion comes out? Honestly, with the advent and accessibility of flex mode, the fact that it's already kind of the same but nerfed, I don't see the necessity. I mean, the main thing that's going to be motivating those normal mode raiders to be going after their Garrosh kill is that extra achievement that you don't get for doing it in flex. And once it's nerfed, that achievement goes away. So, to me, it's a moot point to go ahead and nerf it when you've already got it available on a easier but the same method. I mean, it's not like LFR. Flex is nothing like LFR. It is actually challenging. You can wipe due to issues beyond miscommunication, because honestly that is 90% of what wipes LFR. People not listening, people not asking. I think Flex perfectly puts that middle ground there, so I don't think they need to nerf it. And I'm not just saying that because we're still a couple weeks off from our Garrosh kill. Just down Thok last night in normal mode. We started late. Okay, enough gesturing. So back to what I was saying, I don't think they need to nerf it. I think Flex will let everybody experience that content. They will experience it in a way that it was intended to be experienced, because all mechanics are still there. They might hit a little less hard, and you might be able to gimp a few things with mechanics, like on Norashen, you can have it done a much easier way, but you still have to do it. And I mean, once that nerf rolls out, you're going to be able to do it in the other way anyway, so why bother? I think they should leave the normal mode and the heroic the way they are, so that all those late bloomer guilds can at least have a chance to get in there, experience some of the heroic content, experience it at the level it's supposed to be at, because that's going to be much more effective for getting people into the mindset they're going to need to be in for mythic raiding than nerfing content that already has a nerfed version out. I'm not going to do that again. Okay, this episode's been a little bit of a train wreck. Sorry about that. I had a long work week, and I needed to get the episode out. So there's not going to be a whole lot of edits. It's going to be a couple awkward pauses. I appreciate anybody that stuck through that. One last point before I do my little exit speech. One of our guildies, Jamie Cox, is at Kitsune Leo on Twitter. I'll put that up for you guys. Has got it lodged in his head that we're going to blaze through beta and we're going to be in Draenor by June, July. He's honestly thinking even sooner than that, I think. I think he's actually trying to push for May. We're not even in beta yet. This is not realistic. Not at all. So he's bet me that if we don't have Warlords of Draenor by July, he'll go ahead and buy my version of the expansion. So I won't have to pay for Warlords. You know what? I'm going to go even better than that. If somehow they actually manage to speed rush this beta out, I'll buy you the digital collector's edition. Because it's not going to happen. Sorry. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, because this is super awkward tonight, and I will actually have a scripted, semi-scripted episode next week, because I don't want to keep plodding through these the way I did last year. Granted, I got the info out. Some of you guys really enjoyed it, but I just felt like I was falling all over myself the whole time, so we're going to stop that. That is not the way this show needs to go. And if you have anything you would like to see me talk about next week, so I can prep it ahead of time, please get a hold of me at twitter.com/ponyzord, or you can leave a comment over at raidanthem.net, either on this video or on our forums. I encourage everybody to use the website as much as possible. I think we're really going to have some products you're going to like over there, as far as our articles and our photoshops, and we're going to be working on some machinima soon. It's going to be a very fun place. And I know I plugged it at the beginning of the show. I'm going to keep plugging it. Go check it out. face did I just make? On that note, I'm going to see you next week.